Alrighty then. Well, let's get it underway. Welcome everyone to the Breakout Racing League Tier 4 Championship at Suzuka for round 18. But let's go ahead and give you a little bit of info. Japan is right now, it is made out of 6,852 islands. The highest point in Japan is Mount Fuji, which stands at about 3,776 meters and about 12,000 feet. As of July 2012, there's over 127 million people living in Japan, which is a tenth of the largest population in the world. Tokyo is the capital city of Japan and also the largest city, but others include Osaka, Nagoya, and Sapporo. I probably butchered those. And almost 3/4 of Japan's land is either forest or mountains. Like I said, my name is Hicatcher, and I'm alongside Ritzy Raccoon along with me today. So let's go and see. You obviously didn't attend Tier 2, so you probably don't have as much insight as you did last time. But still, it's Suzuka.
Don't have insight, but Suzuka is a great track. It might be fun for our drivers, or if it's not, then it should definitely produce some good action. It's going to be interesting to see if we can get any sort of battles going on through the first sector, as it is the wiggly one, as I call it. But yeah, definitely going to be interesting to watch. And could you just update me on the league championship or Tier 4 championship, as I do not know.
Yeah. Let's get it underway here. So the Japanese Grand Prix is held 45 times. It was first held in 1963. The Suzuka circuit is a 5.8 kilometer, 3.6 mile track with 155,000 seating capacity, 18 corners, 1 DRS straight. It is the exit of turn 18, which is where Ardell is coming up to now. The race lap record is a 130.9 set by Lewis Hamilton, and qualifying is a 127.0 set by Sebastian Vettel as Ardell starts his flying lap. But let's go and look at the Tier 4 Drivers' Championship as we go on board with the Red Bull driver. Pipe leads with 215 points to his name, 24 points ahead of Ardell. Ardell cut it down just a tad at the exit, or actually not by a tad, by quite a lot after Russia, since Pipe did not and could not be able to make the race. So now he's in a race distance of the Williams in front. Titan 87 points behind. He is right now safe from the cutoff, but now we go into the danger zone. ER10, 105 points out. He needs to leave Suzuka 104 to be safe. So he needs to outscore Pipe by 1 point in today's race. Echo, he's in the similar boat. He's 107 points out. He needs to outscore Pipe by 3. Mitch, he's 1 point behind Echo, 108 behind Pipe. He needs to outscore Pipe by 4 points. Q-Man, he's in a little bit more dangerous spot. He's 119 points behind, 15 behind the cutoff at the exiting Japan. He needs to outscore the championship leader by 15 points. Like me or not, he is 127 points back. It's going to be a stretch for him, but it's definitely not out until it's over. 23 points is what he needs to outscore Pipe by. And Phantom, 129 points behind Pipe. He needs to outscore Pipe by a full race distance, 25 points. We'll see what he can do on that front. But Ardell is coming around the final corner now to set his first lap.
Thank you for all of those amazing statistics. I believe I will remember one or two of those. As first lap, 27 flat from Ardell.
Titan goes 27.3, 3/10 behind. It goes the Haas driver. Some more times going in ER10, 27.8 in the Alfa Romeo. Mitchie, his teammate, goes in a 28.2 on the mediums. Let's see what strategy those guys can pull. That's Q-Man going up into P3. Let's see what he can do there. I believe that's some Mercedes. That's Tess Sainz actually off and on the grass. He's trying to let someone through. Phantom goes through in the first sector.
Yeah, Sainz, I have no idea what happened, but he was just trying to make sure not to get in the way of any other driver. Very respectful, and that's what everyone should be doing.
Rage sets his flying lap and goes P5, splits the Alfa Romeos, goes to a 27.7 in his Ferrari. I believe that is the McLaren of Soviet. No, it's not. Is Echo. He's going to come across the line to get a P6 position, 28.1 on the mediums.
Yeah, and while we're in the midst of qualifying, I'd like to shout out everyone in the chat. Yeah, I'm here today. It seems to be a lot of hype. I'm not that important. Catcher's doing more of the work, but hey.
Well, Wilcott's going to go across the line now. Yes, we are here, and one of them is Wilcott. He's coming across the final and goes P9, 28.7. So, like I said, these 18 corners are going to be tough to do. Pipe, our championship leader, he was not able to make it at Russia. He's now going to be here to see if he can gain back some of those points that were lost. Soviet, she's a new driver in Tier 4. We'll see what she can do on her debut here at Suzuka. I believe Jock, he hasn't put it. Looks like there's some traffic here as we go on board with Pipe. Just, I mean, look how, I mean, just not really much place to go.
Yeah, there is a lot of runoff, but I don't think it's very safe either to go onto the grass because, you know, he could spin on X and that could cause a whole world of trouble.
Or you can invalidate like Pipe just did there. Some more drivers, I believe, are going to... So yeah, Ronnie is going to start his flying lap coming out of turn 18, now activating DRS and the Ferrari. His teammate is up in P5. That's a yellow flag. I believe that is...
Phantom.
Is it Phantom?
It was Phantom. He was on
Oh, it is Phantom.
He was on the exit of 130R trying to make sure to move out of the way. I believe he's going into the pits. But yeah.
Yes, he has wing damage on his right side, so he may have made collision with the barrier.
As Echo takes 2 laps on the mediums and improves to P4. Definitely a lot of people out on the mediums right now. Like, not a majority, but definitely a good amount.
I believe the next one to come across the line will be Pipe. So let's see. Nope, he's invalidated. I believe the next one after that will be Like Me or Not. Like Me or Not, like I said, one of the trouble drivers, he needs to outscore Pipe by 23 points. So this definitely setting up in qualifying will definitely help him out.
Yes, he's getting ready to
see what the
start
Alpha Tower can do.
As definitely all our eyes are going to have to be on Pipe and the championship contenders of Ardell, and I forgot who the third one was because I don't have that much brain capacity.
It is Titan. And Soviet goes up to P11. Good lap for her, ahead of Sergeant Milk. I believe I actually missed him. He's now up to P12 with a 30.3 on the
alright.
bank per lap.
It's going to be interesting to see if Sergeant Milk can finish this race or get any points. Hey, I feel so good about myself making fun of other people.
Well, the thing is, let's go and actually look at back the last 3 races. It's been quite the hectic ones. Echo, he won his first career win at Monza. But then we go to Singapore. Ardell picked up the pieces and finally could get the things together and started his challenge back on Pipe. And then the wild race that was Russia and was, I don't know if you watched it or not, but you probably should have and definitely tuned in if you missed it. Go look back on it. It started off as a full wet race that went to intermediate to dry, and we saw our race winner, Test Sainz. He actually pulled a Carlos Sainz on the barrier of turn 2 and pulled a Checo from the Sakira Grand Prix and went from last on lap 1 to the winning position on the top step of the podium. But another headline with that is Sergeant Milk got pretty close. He almost was so close to a podium. Same with Ronnie. Ronnie won on the track, but due to penalties, him and Sergeant Milk were relegated down to P4 and 5, I believe.
Actually, it sounds like quite a race. If I do have some spare time, I'll make sure to go catch it. As should you guys. It's Like Me or Not.
You know where you can catch that at?
Huh?
You know where you can catch that at?
Twitch.tv/Breakout Racing League.
And
YouTube channel, also Breakout Racing League.
There you go.
Hey, Skype, if you can hear me, I might need some extra, like 50 cents of payment, you know. Shouting out the channel.
I'm doing it for free. You don't need to pay me. Ronnie's going to the final chicane now. Let's see what he can do. His lap is valid on the Ferrari. Like I said, his teammate is up in P6 right now. Ronnie improved last time, and it looks like he does not improve, or he's going to start with flying. Not really sure. This one across the line will be a Red Bull, as it looks. No, it's not. It's Ardell.
Willica is on an outlap, so it should be Ardell. They're
Ardell
both on an
outlap
outlap.
going into the chicane. Yep. Let's see what they can do.
Ardell definitely seeing if he can improve and strengthen his pole. It's looking pretty good so far at 3/10. Maybe he can, you know, I don't know, go for 5/10, 7 a second. Who knows? It's all to play for.
I believe Mitchie. Is he coming across? No, he's not. Rages, though. So I believe Rage will start his lap, I believe, if I caught that correctly. That is a Haas. Was that Jock? No, it's not. It may have been Titan.
It is Titan coming across the line.
Starting his lap. Please give me my pipe. He will start his second run. First one was validated a championship leader. Let's see what he can do in competition with the field. Suzuka is a difficult track. It's really dependent on track position. So if you can try to get the best position, starting position you can possibly get qualifying, it will really dictate how that race will go. That is an Alpha Tauri. Is that Like Me or Not? That was Mitch. He's in the barriers. No damage to his Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, Japan or Suzuka is a very technical track, and there's not that many overtaking opportunities. And if you are going to go for an overtake, you must commit.
Oh yeah. Send it down the inside, or send it up the inside, or go around the outside. You just got to do something. Can't sit behind him.
As Ardell is gonna come to finish his lap. Let's see if he can improve. He's 3/10 up. Let's see if he can carry more momentum across the line.
He got pole in Russia, and he's now even further on the pole position. Is a 26.5.
Wow.
Great lap.
7/10 gap to him to Titan, as Titan is also about to finish his lap on the chicane.
Yard 10 and Rays are both coming across the line to finish their lap. I believe Titan, you said, was coming across. Yes, he is. It is a 27-0.
Yeah, Titan improves, but not enough to catch Ardell, as I believe that is his second run, and he will definitely be lining up to make sure his third one is better. As Pipe sets his time, P4, 9/10 away from Ardell's pole time, or current pole time.
I believe this Wilka is coming through to kind of see what he can do. He's P11 at the moment in the Red Bull. His teammate's up P1, stays P11, I believe. So Williams, is that Sainz? Yes, it is. The race winner from Russia will start his flying lap.
As Q-Man finishes his lap.
Two.
Wow. Less than a 10 separating Q-Man and Ardell. What a lap.
Phantom. It's P17, now he's P13. He gets ahead of his teammate and Soviet. And that is Pipe up to 4th. No,
Yeah.
it's not. Wait, what did I
A
just
Pipe didn't move. I'm unsure of who moved.
I don't know, but I saw a big gap.
As I believe most people are going to be either on their in laps or out laps. As Science, as soon as I went on board with him, has just spun out one of the hairpins. Took a
Ooh,
bit too much of the
yes.
inside and just hit the grass on the side of the car. And fortunately, I was about to say, Science is our only driver on a flying lap, which unfortunately is no longer the case.
A couple drivers are on out laps. Jock's finally out of the pits on the mediums. He thinks that the tire with the yellow wool stripe will be the tire to go on, and for his preferred strategy in the race. Ronnie's on an out lap, as Mitchie and Echo. Everyone else is either coming into the pits or on a full lap or coming, just, I guess, trying to pick up the pieces, as for the case of Sainz.
And actually, since I was not able to race here in Tier 2, do you know what the preferred strategy is or what our strategies may look like coming into the race?
Softs is definitely the preferred tire to start on. You want the track position, so that's what everyone is doing here except for Jock. Jock looks like he wants to try to see if he can try to figure out a medium, maybe a reverse strategy if possible, because the mediums to softs is, or a soft to medium inverse is definitely viable. That's Q-Man actually on the straight with no left wing.
Ooh, that's odd to see. I don't know if you can spin out a spin happened.
Oh, you definitely can.
No.
I've done it many times.
Pretty sure I would have done it if I attended the race, but who knows? I didn't, I didn't spin. As I believe that it was Mitchie who was on a lap, but he has no ERS whatsoever, so I'm unsure. Ardell, I believe, is... that's in the pit, that's Wilka. Yeah, Wilka. It's also on no ERS, that's on 2 lap both tires. Ronnie is on a flyer, I believe, right behind Wilka and Mitchie. It could be our next one to improve on a lap time. So Mitch goes across the line to start his lap along with, I believe, Echo, yeah, the McLaren, both McLarens. No, never mind, Soviet is on an out laps, recently out of pits.
Yep, Jock started his flying lap a while ago. I missed that. He's now about to go through Spoon. That's Bald Guy.
He retires in the pits.
In the pits.
Yeah. As Ronnie is coming into the chicane.
Moment he's P11. We'll see, he did get a purple sector. Is that going to be enough to relegate him into the top 10? Yes, it is. P7 splits. Actually goes ahead of his teammate Rage and up into the top 10.
We'll look at pits. I believe our next driver might be Echo, who is coming out of Spoon. Oh, it's Jock. Oh yeah, you're right.
Jock's invalidated his boxes.
I
Now
think
it is Echo.
they might have enough time to come out of the pits. Just that one more lap. But Echo, purple sector 2, he's up 4/10. Could challenge Pipe or Titan.
Definitely possible. He goes through the penultimate corner now onto turn 18. About to go up to the DRS zone. Clicks the DRS. He's P5 at the moment. He goes ahead of Pipe into P4.
As many drivers I've noted take a very short line too. Or take a very short line, yeah, what I was saying, short line to cross the line and finish their laps, trying to gain as much time as possible. It's Mitch
Like Mirna,
pits.
his Mitch invalidated, so he's pitting.
S-
Oh, that's
there is a lot of yellow flags.
That's science. That's actually it's gonna start.
Like, I don't know how many drivers we have out. His Docker tires in the pits. He is comfortable starting last. Interesting.
I believe that is. I think it's a Ferrari. Is that Ronnie? Yes, it is. Ronnie's getting out of the way. I believe that's the Racing Point Sergeant Milk in the field today.
Sergeant Milk wanting to start his lap.
Hockey Hess in the Racing Point, and I believe it's Freezy in the. I don't know. Everyone else is here. Full 18 drivers on the grid. As the Racing Point Sergeant Milk will start his flying out. That's a yellow flag. Maybe for Q-Man.
Is Soviet Valkyrie in the McLaren coming into the last sector, seeing if she can improve on her time and move up the field for her debut race. 5/10 up on her time. It's going to be very good movement up the grid.
Well, going through the penultimate quarter now onto turn 18. She is P15 at the moment with a 28.9. She goes up to P13 ahead of Like You're Not in the Alpha Tauri. That is raised out of the session. That is actually, no, that's crashed.
That is a crash. I don't
There
know.
he is.
Like Me or Not, I believe, is a perspective. No, he's not. Mitch?
We'll look at it.
I do not know.
He's on the exit of the barriers.
A Phantom. We can get a good onboard with him. Ooh. Odd place to crash out.
It's Pipe gets out of the way. He invalidated. Science got a little bit of tow. He
Science
won
gets
at Russia. Does he have anything to go for?
P16. Ooh. Come on, Science. Gotta hold that back-to-back win. Don't choke. Don't BB.
We'll go through the final corner now to start his flying lap.
Yes,
That is a Mercedes. Is that Phantom?
I believe Sargent gave up on his lap and he might be looking to start another one. With 10 seconds left to go in the session.
May not be.
He has to push. He's using no ERS out of the line. I don't know what he's doing. But now he's doing
Yeah, he'll be
ERS.
fine. He baits it. So here he goes. I believe that's Q-Man. He's
Q-Man.
going to be going across the final line. He goes provisional pole. The same exact lap time as Ardell.
He ties the lap of Ardell. Ardell currently coming out of Spoon. He is up half a tenth, so he is actually losing time. Can he make it back into the chicane? Wow.
She qualifies P12. Titan goes P3. He stays. Pipe cannot improve. That is the McLaren. Is that Echo? Yes, he is. He pits. That is the Ferraris at
Ardell coming out of
goes up fourth.
coming out of the chicane. Can he do anything about the tied lap time? He can.
Got it.
The margins between these two drivers. Wow.
2/100ths of a second.
Wow.
Soviet pits.
What a
believe
qualifier.
that
So
is
Phantom is
ER10.
invalidated, so I believe Willica is going to be our next driver, our last driver, to improve or to stay in where he is.
Science, he's got another lap. He's actually going to box, so that's now Willica. I believe that's the only one left. Pete's in at the moment. See if he can try to get even further up in the grid, trying to out-qualify Rage, or maybe split the Ferraris. Pete's in at the moment. Up to the line, stays P10, and that'll do it. Suzuka qualifying.
What a
Actually,
qualifying
no, Sergeant Milk.
session. Sergeant Milk, oh, he's a very forgettable man, don't worry.
17.
He is up 2
F.
seconds. This guy actually moved him up the field.
P8.
Wow, Sergeant
Nice.
Milk. Very good luck.
But the scenes of qualifying, it was oh so close between Ardell and Q-Man. The ending gap being 2/100ths of a second between the Red Bull and the Renault.
What a
This
showdown.
was set up for us.
If we could keep seeing things like this in the race, it's definitely going to be one interesting thing to watch.
Yes, it definitely will indeed. So let's go through the running grid then after qualifying. Ardell, the 26.553, will grab pole position like he did in Russia. Q-Man will go alongside 2/100ths of a second off. Really close between those two drivers. Titan, he's third in the championship fight. He'll start third today with about 4/10ths gap to Ardell. Mitchie will be alongside Titan in the second row. ER10's Alfa Romeo is going to be behind Mitchie, but ahead of Echo. Echo being sixth. Pipe, our championship leader, he needs to see if he can try to regain some of those lost points that he lost from Russia. He'll start alongside Sergeant Milk in P7 and Milk in P8 respectively. Ronnie and Rage, both Ferraris, will qualify in 9th and 10th respectively and will end the top 10. Wilka in 11th, like you're not 12th. Mitch will be P13. He qualified on the mediums. Bald Guy in 14th. Soviet Valkyrie on her debut in 15th. Phantom in 16th. That's Sights and Big Hairy Jock will round out the grid for today's race.
Yes, I believe all the drivers chose to start on softs, or at least in the top 10, and Jock comfortable without a time. Decided to retire early. That's definitely interesting.
Indeed. So like I said, going into the race, the drivers at risk that we really need to watch is where ER10, Echo, Mitch, Q-Man, Like Me or Not, and Phantom, where they are in relegation to pipe. Echo needs about 3 points ahead. ER10 needs about 1 point ahead. Mitch needs 4 points. Q-Man needs 15. Like Me or Not needs 23. And Phantom needs a whole 25. He needs a race win and the Williams of pipe not to score points. So, I believe it is a dry race, as look from the clouds now.
Yeah, and actually something that I've noted is that Phantom is racing without a setup. So he's running a default setup this race.
Oh, that's not going to be good. But, like it is in rules of Formula 1, the top 10 have to start on the qualifying tire. They qualified on, so that will mean everyone in the top 10 will start on their softs. Wilka will be the only one, I believe. No, he's not. He's joined by Bald Guy and Phantom, Sights, and Big Hairy Jock, all on the mediums outside of the top 10. So that will now start the formation lap at Suzuka in 18 corners to get your stuff ready for this 27-lap race we have at store.
Yes, thank you, good old friend, the race director, for enabling us with that insight. No, you too, because you're definitely not looking at it. Anyways, this is gonna be one heck of a race. I really hope so.
Indeed. So let's go ahead and actually go through the constructors fight while we have the break in chance. That's Titan disqualified with Mitchie.
Odd to see disqualification in the formation. I believe they might have gone far too close coming into the S section.
That's going to hurt them because their tire is going to be under temperature and not really able to be ready on the get-go. That's going to hurt them off the line. Keep in mind, look at Echo, look at ER10, look at Pipe, Sergeant Milk, Ronnie, look at these guys to see if they can try to capitalize on Titan and Mitchie through into the first corner. But back into...
Q-Man almost hits the back of Ardell. Now I'll let you finish up the constructors for...
Hopefully it's not interrupted this time.
Just go.
Actually,
I'll go busy myself with the snack bar.
So Red Bull leads with 287 points, a full 34 points ahead of the Williams team. 65 points behind Red Bull is Renault. Alfa Romeo is 97 points behind Red Bull. McLaren is 2 points behind Alfa Romeo, 99 points behind the Red Bull team. 111 points separates Mercedes from Red Bull, with 139 being Haas, 186 being AlphaTauri, and 193 being Ferrari. The only one that is out of contention of the constructors' fight is the Racing Point team. They are 221 points back from Red Bull. So, 27 laps, 18 corners, 1 DRS straight, 18 drivers.
And everything's to play for.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a crucial race. Hopefully we don't have, I believe it was Sebastian Vettel around 2017 where this is where it all went away.
In what form?
I don't know what I'm saying.
He spun? Because he was back-to-back. He spun in 2018 and jump-started in 2019.
I don't know, but still, this late in the season, everything is to play for and, to capitalize on.
Oh, for sure. 5 races left to prove your worth in the championship standings. As Big Hairy Jock's Haas will come and take his final spot in P18 on the grid to start the light sequence and get the Japanese Grand Prix underway. Here we go then. Lights are apparently on. And it's lights out and away we go. Good initial start by the Q-Man, by the Renault of Q-Man, but he goes box down. Look at the amazing start from the Ardell machine and the Red Bull. He's going to go way ahead. 3 wide into turn 1. Contact, there goes Echo around.
The McLaren's been spun. Oh, not the start that he was looking for.
That is a VSC.
That is a VSC.
Like Renault is also involved. He has no front wing in his AlphaTauri. That is 2 people and 2 drivers in this race that needed a good finish. Like we're not needed to outscore Pipe by 23. That's
Bald
Bald Guy
Guy
with
was-
5 second time, but on a collision with Soviet.
Wow. It's definitely all gone wrong for some drivers into first lap. Fortunate to see for
It
Echo.
was just 3 drivers. I mean, this 3 into 1 cannot go and will not go, as you can clearly see. That is, whoa, what happened here? Bald Guy.
Bald Guy is around, and he
And
resets the
Mitch.
track.
What happened there?
Like me or not, is struggling with no wing. I believe there may have
Anyway,
been
we're
some
back under green. I don't know what happened there. That was a
as
crash for VSC,
Mitch
I think.
Mitch is missing an end plate, so there had to be some contact between him and another driver.
Pipe
As
is ahead
Ronnie
of Ronnie, and so
has-
does Willica.
Has wing damage, I believe. I don't know if I'm seeing that correctly. Or he was very
Something
slow.
wrong. He just been jumped by 3 people.
He might have not had the greatest of runs out of Spoon, and he does have wing damage, missing right end plate.
Well, as we go back green, Ardell still has a great jump, about 1.1 seconds over the Renault of Q-Man. Tight,
Oh.
not too far behind. Sergeant Milk goes up ahead of ER10. Actually,
No, would you look at
Sanders
that?
was messed up.
Our good old friend, as Echo is out.
And Echo's out!
I believe he hit the entrance to the pits. Yeah, he did. He hit the entrance to the pits.
Did.
Echo, no. Not the race that Echo would have wanted to see.
And with that, Echo is now eliminated from championship contention. He needed a good finish and is out on lap 2.
As Ardell is being chased by Q-Man as the standings are trying to ignored. And Titan, I believe, in 2 Alfa Romeos are right behind looking to see if they can keep up. As it is a safety car.
Safety car. Full safety car.
I
As they're both Alpha Tower.
wonder what
I
happened.
believe Mitch just got out of the pits. Yes, he did. Mitch pits, Bald Guy pits. I believe that's Big Hairy Jock. He also pits. Yes, he does. Like me or not. I believe that's the Ferrari as well, and that's the safety car. I thought I know, but that's not.
Look, Q-Man has a teammate.
Yeah.
That's very weird safety car. I would have thought that if it was for Echo, it should have came out a bit earlier, but it might still be for Echo.
It could definitely be for Echo, but now this is going to spice things up.
We're gonna have
If we
to.
go in green around 5?
We're gonna have to watch, see which drivers pit or which drivers feel comfortable continuing on. First
So I
driver
think the hards can definitely make it. Let's see if
gonna
they
be
can, if
Ardell.
they
Is
decide
Ardell
to
gonna
go.
go in? Ardell will not go in. Q-Man does not go in. Titan does not go in. ER10, no drivers going in so far. Oh, as a Ferrari of Rage goes into the pits very late and Echo's left. It's unfortunate to see for Echo. Definitely heartbreaking. But yeah.
I don't think Ronnie has damage.
Who has damage?
From what I don't think Ronnie does.
Ronnie. The last I saw, he was missing an unplayable. I don't know if he pitted or not.
He may have actually pitted. That
I will
could have been
check.
the case.
Ronnie did pit,
Let's
so
actually
he
go
did have
through
one damage, so he pitted, yeah.
Yeah, so everyone has stopped so far.
Yeah, this is definitely going to help all of the drivers involved in incidents in the first couple of corners, or first lap in general. So now we...
I believe Rage could definitely go to the end on his hards. Ronnie could be close. Phantom is also on the hards. He probably can go to the end in the Mercedes. Same with Big Hairy Jock. Mitch could probably try to see if he can stretch. Bald Guy is on the soft compounded tire, along with, like we're not, on the mediums.
Yeah, definitely a chaotic start to the race. As I believe now is as good a time as ever to go over position change. Which I will let you lead, because I don't know how to lead anything.
Let me find it. There we go. So, the big loser of the race has definitely been Echo. He's lost 12 positions, and his, I guess, his ability to continue on in the race, we lost him after an incident in turn 1, and then him trying to go to the safety of the pit lane, unfortunately, met his demise there. As well as the active drivers, the best driver on the grid that's gone up position-wise has been Tess Seitz from P17 on the grid. He's up to P10, up 7 positions there. Like we're not... He is probably, yeah, he is the worst driver on the grid when it comes to position stops.
I believe
He's now gone down 5.
there's a better way to phrase that than worst driver.
I know, that is definitely not, I didn't mean to phrase it like that, don't mean to.
As Sainz, speaking of Sainz,
Oh!
he has a collision with Valkyrie. Both of them get a penalty. Sainz decides to go in. I don't know if he's trying to serve the penalty or if he has wing damage, but wow.
I don't think you can serve it under safety car, so it'd definitely be...
So it might be wing damage, unless he does not know it. As Valkyrie, this is the second incident I think that she's been involved in under VST and safety car.
It is the front wing chain. Actually, he is serving the 5. Wait, what?
He is serving.
I didn't think you could serve...
You can't serve drive throughs, I think. That's what you can't serve.
That's what it is. My small brain is got like... By the way, I apologize letting you on. That's not the way I wanted to phrase that.
Yeah. You have to be respectful to all the drivers, come on.
Hey, man!
So yeah, with safety car, it's definitely gonna toss up a lot of things, and Pipe is looking to see if he can, you know, gain anything out of it to keep his championship hopes alive and to defend against our current race leader, Ardell. And actually, since I know that you are a mathematician, if things were to stay like this, would Ardell catch the back of Pipe in the championship?
Ardell is 24 points behind. He would gain 25, but Pipe would also gain about, what is that, about 6 points. So he would gain about 21 points. He'll be 3 points behind the Williams going into Coda before the break. So it's going to be close if it does stay like it does. But Q-Man is going to gain about, what, that's 12. He needs 15. He needs Pipe to finish a little bit lower, probably around 9th, in order for him to be able to continue on his fight. ER10, he would definitely take his fight on Dakota along with Mitchie. They're both going to have... Actually, not Mitchie, I'm sorry. He's actually the only one. Yes, he is. As Echo is not...
Safety, yeah, unfortunate for Echo. I think I might stop bringing this incident in case Echo, you're watching this, or you're watching this back. Definitely decide. And, Katja, would you like to take us away on safety car restart?
Oh, it would be my pleasure. So Ardell will lead them through,
Ooh.
and that is ER10 collision with Titan. That's not good, and Ardell goes. So he gets a good initial jump. That's actually not that great. Q-Man actually gets a really good run off the final corner. It's a lot closer than it's been.
Both Alfa Romeos are going side by side into the corner. None of them gives way for each other, so definitely no team orders. As both Ferraris are right next to each other. Phantom's going wide, looking like an attack from Jock. He does not make it through, and I believe there are no other attempts. Someone's on the grass. Never mind, someone clipped the grass.
Yep, it has been definitely not this close. 0.3 of a second now under that. The gap between Q-Man and Ardell. It's definitely been a lot more of a gap. About a second or so.
As our top 5 are all bunched up right there, and that is Valkyrie, who was on the gravel as the tires are very dirty. The Ferraris are going side by side into the hairpin. Rage decides to let his teammate go. Little bit of contact between Phantom and that guy, I don't know. I looked and it looks like they were both caught up. Bald guy hits the side of Like Me or Not. And Like Me or Not's gone. And there's this Jock is around. Virtual safety car. I'm gonna record that. And Jock's out.
Oh, he retired on track.
Not the race at Jock. Yeah, definitely is. I saw, or from my perspective, I seen one of the Mercedes going into the side of Like Me or Not and just caused a spin.
Well, now that eliminates Like Me or Not from championship contention as well. Unfortunately, we've already lost 3 drivers on lap 5.
What a chaotic start to this race. This is our second or third lap under a green flag, or some more green flags. 3 drivers are out already.
Not sure if this VSC is still going or not,
The VSC
but it looks like Q-Man and Ardell was... It appears to be going, but it looks like those two
now
are
it's
definitely...
going.
Oh, Soviet
And
Valkyrie now drive.
Soviet gets a drive-through for speeding under safety car. Her, Rage, and Mitch are right there. So very close. As well as Willika and Pipe, who's still trying to make up positions for his championship fight. And the top 5 are a bit more separated, but they're all still within eyesight. As, Mitchie almost hits the back of his teammate, coming into the corner right before the bridge, if you know what that means.
Segment 2. There's so many battles to go on, I can't really look at them all. I'm going to try to see if the best I can. Well, because now trying to challenge the back of Give Me My Pipe in the Williams. He's on the mediums. Willica is. We'll see if he can try to go challenge. Yes, he will down the inside of Spoon. That's going to be risky. Forces the Williams off the track, but he goes up into P7.
Pipe looking to get a better run. They're both on the overtake button, but Pipe has a lot more of it. Mitch gets a better run over Rage coming out of Spoon. So he gets the position
around the outside.
But there they are, side by
he's off the
side.
track.
That's not the place you want to go side by side. As Alfa Romeo and Sergeant Milk make contact. I believe Milk was able to get past Mitchie. Yes, he was.
Yes, he did. I saw the end of that. I believe I saw the racing point in a bit of a drift at the exit of turn. I believe it's 15.
Who's that? Oh, Valkyrie's in the pits. Never mind. I was scrolling my way back to see what that was. As Q-Man and Ardell aren't really that far. They've kept nice and tight. Titan's looking to keep on him as much as possible. He's a bit of a gap to the back of Titan. And Milk and Alfa Romeo of Bitch are still going at it.
Yeah, so where I was looking on board with Rage as he was going through, he was really close to the back of Mitch, but he got really close to the grass. I believe he actually clipped it a tiny bit, lost every bit of traction he thought he had, and it was really fun to watch him kind of save that.
I don't think it was fun to be in the driver's seat, but definitely gave the commentator a great view.
Grass is not your friend. Not here.
Meanwhile, our two owners, Skeppy and Maverick, are having a nice little discussion in the chat. I don't know. Please don't kill me. Yeah,
got a tad bit closer to Q-Man.
The Q-Man's lost the back of Ardell a little bit, as Ardell is still pushing his way, trying to get out of the DRS zone, of which there's only one.
Late on the brakes from Titan.
Yeah, I saw that big lockup. Any moves coming into the chicane? I do not think so. It's Ardell. Oh, never mind. Everyone sets fast lap.
These three are absolutely flying about.
As Milk is going for a move on the R10.
Left-hand side of turn one, he's going to go around the outside.
Bit wide, too wide in fact, and gets a penalty. They're still going side by side. Milk is ahead of the Alfa Romeo driver, but he sticks it in there. Decides to back out a bit. I would have loved to see them go side by side through the S section, but that would not work. So now both Alfa Romeos are in the back of each other, and Willick is just watching his battle, getting as close as he can.
Yeah, Mitchie looked really close to the back end, the rear wing of ER10. Almost looked like he hit him for a second, but that's going to be...
ER10 runs a little wide. Yeah, ER10 is very low on ERS. I believe he was trying to be as defensive as possible on Sergeant Milk. Did not end up working. As our top three are just running away with it. Wow. Almost 4-second gap. Titan looking to get onto the back of Q-Man, runs a little wide, and Q-Man is trying to get into the back of Ardell.
I believe this battle right now is the closest on track. Mitchie's actually gotten a tad bit closer to ER10. We'll see if he can try to use some of that ERS battery that has a little bit more of an advantage to than his teammate in ER10.
ER10 and actually both off-road drivers running pretty low batteries, considering how little we are into this race on their green flag running. As Q-Man's the first into the pits.
Pipe. The undercut. Let's see what the trigger.
Very early pit. Is anyone else going to follow him in? I do not know. As both Alfa Romeos going side by side. Please don't kill each other, guys. You're in the team. None of them backs out. As they go side by side again. I just want to see one of these 27 laps, or however many are remaining, two cars is going side by side through the S section. That would be absolutely wonderful.
It would be fun.
It'd be terrifying for one of the drivers.
Drive,
yeah, it'd be terrifying as a driver, but God, would it be something nice to watch.
Q-Man goes on to the hards. He's going to see if he can try to bring those tires out for the rest of the Grand Prix. Definitely one stop from him there. Up front, Ardell has now 1.4 seconds on Titan. Let's see if that undercut by Q-Man is going to trigger them in the pits.
They're definitely going to want to respond, or if they feel comfortable enough, try to see how far they can push the softs. Maybe, I don't know if this is viable, maybe they'll try to go into the mediums. As Willica is going for a move on the back of Mitchie into Spoon. Mitchie backs out of it. Ooh, both of them going wide. And Ronnie's
looks like he tapped it going into it.
I do not believe they made contact, but one of them ran very wide. Mitchie has little to none ERS. I was heartbroken.
Okay, with a nice, completely opposite spectator cams then, Codemasters.
Yes, sir. It's either Codemasters or my fault. I mean, both of them are very valuable. Okay. Ardell and Titan both come to the pits. And our
5
leader,
second time penalty, speeding in the pit lane for Titan. That's not going to help him.
That's not what he wanted, as we have a new race leader in Sergeant Milk. Well, at least for now. I don't know if how long this is going to hold.
He was second on the road in Russia and lost out due to penalties. To see if he can try to redeem himself. Let's go ahead and actually look at the penalties right now. He has 3 seconds compared to ER10's 5 with his collision, as well as Titan's 5 for Science 3. Very difficult to get track limits here, but it's definitely viable.
Yeah, as we see a big battle between second, third, fourth, fifth, I believe even down to Pipe and Mitch. This Pipe is still trying to make up as many positions as possible in his championship defense.
Getting pretty close here. It's starting more of a DRS China train starting to form. No drivers can really I guess, find a way around using the drag reduction system, which you need to be within a second of the car in front in order to activate the flat lever wing to go up and reduce the drag and increase your straight line speed.
Thank you, Mr. Physician Man. And actually, looking from the back of the R10, you can see the massive train of cars just right there, all wanting to overtake
Here
as
comes
Ronnie.
Mitchie and Ronnie, though.
Ronnie is
gets through
further ahead
130R.
of 130R, runs a little wide. Is Mitchie going to do anything about it? He's going to go around the outside. And he makes it stick.
It was almost a gigantic collision.
Yeah, Ronnie ran pretty wide as Mitchie goes into the pits.
Rage 3 second time.
Willika's on the back of ER10. He wants to get past Alfa Romeo on the mediums, and he does so before the braking zone. Now Willika's looking for the lead of the race, as Sergeant Milk isn't too far up the road.
So let's take a look at that, because Willika is on the mediums. He could try to see if the mediums, the reverse strategy of the mediums to softs could work, but I mean, it's definitely viable. But however, it maybe not. I actually don't know. It's going to be difficult to see. I believe the person I know did that, just off the top of my head, was Taylor in Tier 2. He worked pretty well for him, starting and just going the second stint on the softs, lower fuel. So maybe you can see if the Red Bull driver can take those softs, lower fuel load, and less tire wear and more of a grippier track to see if he can try to take a dent into any position around him. At the moment, he is P2.
Yeah, it's actually, to Sargent's credit, he has gone from a 1.9 second gap to 2.4 coming into Spoon, so it's definitely still maintaining that gap.
About 0.7 of a tenths of a second is separating ER10 and Willika, but yeah, Ronnie is about maybe half a second behind.
Sainz might go for a
Alfa
move on
Romeo.
Botguy into 130R. He will, side by side, as Botguy decides to back out of it. Very, very smart. I would not want to be caught dead on the outside of 130R.
That is a pitting ER10. He goes into the pits.
Sergeant Milk also pitted, so we have a new race leader in Willika, as Red Bull is showing very strongly this race. Q-Man on the hards with the fastest lap. He's showing his pace on the tires.
Look at the gap here, though. Look at Ardell and Q-Man. I didn't realize how close they were.
Oh wow, they are very close.
Looked like Q-Man tried to make a move, but just wasn't quick enough with the DRS to get through onto corner to overtake on. Not really a lot of space. You can see multiple times, multiple examples, especially the Alfa Romeos of Mitchie and ER10 trying it twice. See how they figure that one out. They've now actually split. Give me my pipe. Mitchie's gotten a huge undercut on his teammate.
Ardell touches a little bit of the grass into the corner before the bridge. I still don't know the name of it.
Degna.
Yeah.
First Degna, second Degna.
Egma?
Degna.
I'm not gonna pronounce that. I'm not even gonna try. I don't want to butcher it.
You hungry or something?
Kind of, yeah. Why?
Go get food.
Alright, I'm gonna go get some popcorn.
Alright. Definitely need to grab the popcorn now.
Actually, wait, do we have hot dogs?
Hectic. Somewhere probably. Go look in the.
I'm gonna go ask the manager of the booth. Hold up, give me a second.
Go do that. Bald's guy, he's on his 9-lap old softs. He's now closing into the back of Test Sainz, the race winner from last race. That is deep from Bald guy. That's gonna hurt him on the run into turn 1. He stays out on his softs.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but our closest battle is definitely between Sainz to Q-Man. Oh, who died?
Must have dropped my controller.
Oh. As Pipe gets a 3-second time penalty, this is not going to be helpful toward his fight. It's Mitchie on the mediums, that's new fastest lap. Right here, many of the drivers are spread out, and I don't know if anyone's going to go for a move anywhere in this area.
Well, Ardell and Bald Guy could be setting up for one. Bald Guy on his 10-lap old softs compared to Ardell's 2-lap old hards. I'm sorry.
Ardell is just on the back of the Mercedes driver. Q-Man's right there as well. Is he gonna go for a dive into the hairpin? He looks like he was, but decides to back out of it. He's gonna get a better run out of the hairpin, it seems, side by side.
Pinches the Mercedes onto the grass in the exit, but goes up into P7. And the more he can keep Bald Guy behind and kind of separating himself and Q-Man, that's going to probably put a little bit more of a gap.
Q-Man runs a little wide on Spoon. Q-Man definitely going for the move on the overtake button. I think Bald Guy just might just let him pass. He has the ERS to defend, but he decides not to. Q-Man continues pounding the back of the Red Bull.
I believe you're gonna get your hot dog fix in a second. Go look at the chat.
Hey, that actually isn't that bad of an idea, Mr. Caesar.
Ronnie and Willica, that's gotten a little bit closer. I believe Ronnie a couple laps ago was about 9/10 off of the Red Bull driver of Willica. He's now never mind, to erase what I just said. It's kind of more fluctuating through the corners as they have different kind of ways to set up the corner.
They're within a second of each other, and definitely Ronnie's going to have to adjust more to the 30 air, because that's going to hurt. So.
The next driver in contention for a position change will be Titan and Bald Guy.
Sainz runs a little bit onto the grass. Looks like Ardell was going to go for the move. Does not think of it going into the twin corners of 1 and 2. I'm not going to try to say the first name. And Ardell might go for another dive.
What? He's pushing him through the...
Ooh.
Oh, taps him!
The Williams is tapped by the Red Bull, and the Red Bull ended up saving his spin. It's definitely one way to get past the car.
It's an old bump, if you will.
And this Q-Man now has another car separating him and Ardell. But unfortunately, he is...
keeps putting cars in between himself. That he's gonna
Yeah, Q-Man wants to get past him in 130R, and Titan outruns Bald Guy. Yeah, Bald Guy's just letting every driver pass on his 11-lap old soft. He should pit. And Sergeant Milk might go past.
Ronnie's been given a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, Bald Guy's in the middle of 2 cars. Just decides to let them all pass. He should definitely pit, and he does so.
Test sites was
Q-Man is going
to try to get past. He got past and then all of a sudden made a mistake of in turn 17 through the inside.
A little bit of a wiggle from Q-Man's Renault, but he holds it through. Is now the gap between...
He got the move done.
The gap between Q-Man and Ardell is almost 2 seconds, so definitely a lot of being held back by Sainz.
Yeah, Q-Man got the move done into 15, but I believe may have lost the rear a bit. Had to save it. Test Sainz got back through, and Q-Man had to go and try to go for the move with DRS on turn 1 on the Williams. And now that he does, he has a long way behind, 1.7 seconds to Ardell.
As I'm noting now, I don't know if it's possible, Rage and Phantom are in really good positions on their hards. They could try to go to the end of the race, and while I was on board with Phantom into the hairpin, he may or may not have shifted into neutral. But you know, it's one of those things. But yeah, Rage and Phantom definitely in good positions. I do believe they're going to be caught by the charging bulls of Ardell and Q-Man.
Well, another charging bull going through the field. That's Mr. Titan up in P8. He's now gotten closer to the back of Test Sainz. He's actually bringing along a wild racing point on the mediums of Sergeant Milk.
Sergeant trying to score as many points as possible. Ooh, Sainz gets a bit of a wiggle. Titan is gonna go for the move. He's on the button. There's basically no other place to overtake. Around the outside on the grass. But he can't make it through. As this prompts Sergeant. Look at Sergeant. Wow.
He grabs the position.
Takes advantage.
One man's unfortunate incident is another man's treasure.
Oh yeah. This is, I don't believe this is where Titan wants to be for his hopes in the championship.
Every point matters, so the more you get is the more you can, I guess, kind of play with throughout the rest of the races.
It's a bit of a wiggle. Sargent tried to take advantage, just ran a bit too wide as he goes up the inside. Ooh, what a switchback from Sainz. Could not get the grip on the exit though, but wow, what a beautiful setup was. Sainz does not have any ERS to play with, so I do not believe he's going to be challenging Milk into Spoon. Goes
Just
wide.
a bit wide as well.
And
that's not going to help him. Also,
penalty
the
now.
penalty.
As we see the Alfa Romeo and Pipe as Sophie Valkyrie leaves the session on the way back. Definitely. Give me a second, I'll figure things out.
Yeah, you do that. Ronnie's been given a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings that will be applied at the end of his race time. Look at that, the traction from Titan on the left-hand side of Sainz, and we'll get up into P8, but that's not the only thing that's going to happen. Here comes Mitchie. He's going to try to see if he can try to find a way through. If he's not careful, he may put this fight 3 wide.
Titan
he doesn't.
goes
Oh, that's contact off the track.
Ooh, Mitchie. Are they going to go side by side? Oh, man. So close yet so far, but almost 3 wide on the straight. Wow.
It's getting tight. Ooh, a little bit of a switch from Mitchie on the curve. Lost the rear end just a tad. But Titan is the big loser into that. He got past Sainz and just went a little bit too deep. Lost it all. Look at Test Sainz and Mitchie. Mitchie's basically pushing Sainz through. Under the hairpin down the inside goes the Alfa Romeo. And up and through into P8.
Yeah, Sainz looks like he was trying to set up under the switchback, but just could not get the grip on the exit as Titan is also taking advantage.
He goes up to P9.
Meanwhile, our 2 championship contenders of Ardell and Q-Man are just further separated by a second, as you can actually see the back of the Mercedes Phantom.
One thing I have been noticing, though, is Sergeant Milk's racing point has gotten a lot closer to the Renault of Q-Man, so if not careful, we could possibly see the Renault or have problems from behind them. Ardell is going to be challenging. But look at Mitch and Wilka. They're pretty close going through turn second.
Ooh.
Look at that. Wow! We've seen it overtaken there, but that's...
Something happened and Wilka slowed down and felt like the car was getting loose, so he hit the brakes. Mitch just fully committed, took advantage, and got past. As the interval is kind of having a bit of an issue. It's all gone.
As Sainz has boxed, he now goes on to the softs. So like I said, the reverse strategy could definitely work. But as for the top guys, Rage and Phantom, like you pointed out earlier, they could possibly still make those hards to the end of Prix. Will Wilka. But Mitch and Wilka may still have to pit.
They definitely have to pit.
They definitely have to pit.
Wilka's on 17 lap old mediums. There's no way he can stretch him 9 more laps. I believe
the only
actually.
driver that has not stopped is Wilka.
Yeah, I was about to say he might not have even pitted. Mitch has a bit of leeway.
It's gonna be close for Mitch.
I mean, if Mitch is gonna be able to manage to stretch those 9 more laps, that's definitely a pat on the back. I never knew that would be possible. I doubt it would be.
Ardell has gotten a lot closer now. I looked through. He's now pretty much almost in touching range of the Mercedes of Phantom.
I'll invite her back. Yeah, there's definitely very close between many of our drivers.
Oh, Wilka, 5-second time penalty, speeding in the pit lane.
Oh no, Wilka.
He does go on the soft, same was Mitch. They both go and hit at the same time. Phantom breaks the toe and
Ardell can't do anything
the
about it. And I have engine glitch, so I cannot ride on board. This Rage
got you there.
is 3 seconds ahead of Phantom, or 2.5. My bad. Yeah, Ardell wanting
too prematurely.
Ardell's definitely gonna want to get past Phantom.
Yep, it's literally about half his tire life is what Ardell is working with on the case of Phantom. That's very wide.
Yeah, Ardell, I don't know what happened there. It looks like he just went completely off the track. I'm pretty sure that would have been a warning, but I don't know.
may have been. Let's keep an eye also on Titan. He's now setting up. He's now within DRS range of Michi's Alfa Romeo.
Yep.
Keep an eye on Ardell and Phantom at the moment.
Titan definitely. Titan's definitely one to provide a lot of action. So I don't doubt that he's going to try to go for a move if he sees an opening. So there's a yellow flag as Science is out of the race. I don't know when he retired. Vertical safety car.
That is Dunlop.
Where is that?
It's the end of section 1.
Oh, okay. Trying to ride on board with
Left-hander.
Valkyrie. I don't know if she's going to be close enough to get there. Oh, I see where he died.
I don't see it.
I see where he died.
I know how he died. I just didn't really see his car.
Yeah,
Rage stays out. Phantom will take the liberty of the pit stop. He'll go in. He'll probably go for the softs. Ardell stays out.
Yeah,
will stay out.
It's going to help out Phantom as he goes on to the softs. Rage should have come in my opinion, as this is a perfect opportunity.
Definitely. We'll see how that really works out. This is going to help Sergeant Milk a bit. Cools his mediums down.
Sergeant Milk is within a second currently before we go back green, but he's definitely right in the back of the Renault driver. So Willica gets a drive-through penalty. No.
From bad to worse.
Willica was leading our race. It's definitely something
He's
to
looking so well.
Sergeant actually gained up a good amount of time onto the back of Q-Man, up 7/10 now, and I do believe the difference in compounds might make a race, as I believe Willica's off. So is Ronnie. Willica and Ronnie are both off in the same area. Could it be
Dunlop, I
contact?
believe they may have made contact.
It definitely looks
Ronnie
like
has
it.
no left front wing. Let's see, Wilka has
No,
front
Willica.
wing. Maybe he was just spun round.
Willica was further along the track than Ronnie, but
Well, don't look now, but Ardell is kind of setting up on a
Yeah.
move on Rage and Sergeant Milk on Q-Man, so we're going to have a
I think
podium in two different
Milk's going
spots.
for it. He's definitely gonna go for
Gonna
it.
try for it.
Please don't go for it. This is not a place.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
not going to
he
be good.
backs out
He
of
backs out of it. He cuts the corner a bit, trying to make sure.
Is he gonna go for a dive? He's going for it.
He will.
What a dive!
Up and through. P3.
And he gets DRS as well. So if he uses this lap properly, he can get out of the DRS range and just drive in clean air. As Michi is also on the back of Q-Man. Ardell on the back of Rage. Rage still hasn't pit. He might be looking to go to the end. So who is that? Phantom and ER10. ER10 appears to have gotten a relatively bad exit off of the final corner. And Phantom is through. Mitch is off the track, gets a penalty. And Pipe still in P7, isn't able to go up or go down. It's still going to be points. So Ronnie pits to fix his front wing.
So let's take a look at the penalties here, because that's going to be probably what we're going to start needing to look at gap-wise. So Ardell right now will be provisional P1 with the 3 seconds for UFR Rage, but Sergeant Milk is closing down these two quickly. Let's see how his mediums hold up in the last 8 laps of the Grand Prix. He has 6 seconds to his name, so if not careful, Q-Man can steal his spot away from him. Michi's actually really close to the back of Q-Man. Let's see what Michi will do in a 130R. Let's see if he can try to get back.
As Ardell has caught the back of Rage, Rage deciding not to use any ERS when he has oversight. Ardell is going for it in 130R. Clean move. Ardell is just trying to...
Michi, see if he can try to go down the inside. No, he cannot. So Rage, he'll get DRS.
Nope, I believe out of the second gap, so he's definitely looking well.
He got it, he just doesn't have enough traction off the extra.
Oh, never mind. I was focused on the battle between Rage and Ardell, and I think Rage still might have a shot. Or penalties might say something else. As Phantom gets her fastest lap. And I believe Pipe got overtaken by Mitch. Looks like he was a bit sideways.
Wilka
Not
gets
what Pipe
past
wants.
ER10 for the final points position. That's not going to help ER10 at all. Remember, he needed to outscore Pipe by 1 singular point to continue his fight on Dakota. Right now, that's not going to do so well for him. He's P11, Pipe is P8. So let's go ahead and actually segue into that. Like I said, ER10, he's not going to be able to fight if it stands right now. Echo, he's out of the Grand Prix. We lost him on lap 2. His championship hopes are over. Mitch, right now, he sits P7. He needs to outscore Pipe by 4 points. So if he can grab P6, he can secure his spot. He's on the soft, so it could definitely be possible for him. By the way, Mitchie got past Q-Man. I missed that.
Oh, he did? Oh, he did.
Yes, he did.
Q-Man.
As we'll segue on to Q-Man, actually, real quick. He needs to outscore Pipe by 15, meaning that if Pipe stays where he is, Q-Man needs to be... He needs to win. I mean, he basically Pipe, if he's P8, he cannot do any other positions except for going for that win.
Yeah.
Q-Man's going to have a long road to go after him.
Well, you do have to give credit to Q-Man to install himself into a championship fight, over halfway of the season, because he just moved up from Tier 5 to Tier 3 down to Tier 4. Actually, no, wait, didn't he go from Tier 5 to Tier 4 to Tier 3 back to Tier 4? I don't remember his...
I'm pretty sure he went to Tier 3. But anyway, regardless, he is the journeyman, so the fact that he's stayed in the fight this long is a pretty big deal there. Pretty much the storyline of Tier 4 has been kind of hectic. A lot of ups and downs for a lot of drivers.
Tier 4 has been a roller coaster ride, if I'm going to be honest. I'm glad I've been able to be a part of it.
Wilka has actually gotten passed by Bald Guy up into P11 for him. ER10 gets past Wilka. I've actually missed that as well. So that's going to put him in points-paying positions behind Phantom.
Mitchie is almost a second to the back of Sergeant Milk. So Ronnie sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, taking it away from Phantom.
So then Alfa Romeo with Mitchie, he has 1 lap older, one lap older. Okay, 1 second.
And
thank you.
Sainz is out of the session. I wasn't invited back, but unfortunately he did retire. And Mitchie is gonna get the DRS on Sergeant Milk. I don't think he's gonna be close enough.
Probably not. Let's see if I can try to segue back into what I was doing again before my brain stopped functioning. He has 1 older. Wait.
1 lap
can't.
older.
You know what? Okay, you get the point.
Yeah,
so Sergeant Milk's tires looks like may probably be in a worse shape, or as Mitchie's is being, I guess, a little bit more productive on his tires at the moment. Looks a little bit quicker than Sergeant Milk's racing point. His rage is actually falling off the back down by a bit, not as much as you would think.
As Ronnie and Valkyrie go side by side and just boom, just want to shout out over there. Just, yeah. What an okay.
Indeed, puts Ronnie up into P13. Wilka and Bald Guy, they go have a little bit of scrap in turn 1. That will put Wilka up into P11.
Definitely a lot of battles still happening.
Indeed, the closest one would be Mitchie, Q-Man, Sergeant Milk, Titan. Starting a train, starting to form there a bit.
Yeah, as Mitchie has definitely caught the back of Sergeant, but Sergeant also has caught the back of Rage. Q-Man, all he needs to do is just stay close enough, because all the drivers ahead of him, barring Ardell, have penalties.
So let's actually get that up right now, actually.
I was going to say Titan is also involved in this battle right behind Q-Man.
But he has that 5-second time penalty to be applied for speeding in the pit lane, which can definitely hurt his time there.
To Rage's credit, he is still within the DRS of Ardell on 21 lap old hards.
He's not making it easy for the Red Bull driver.
He is keeping up with our pole sitter and race leader. So wow.
So we'll see if I can do a little bit of mental math here, which is probably going to be endly wrong. But if it stands now, Rage would be about 4 seconds off of the race leader, which would put him pretty much in the touching distance of Q-Man, and now actually behind Q-Man. Same with Sergeant Milk and Mitchie. So right now, Q-Man will be provisional P2 on the road, with most likely Rage will be in the 3rd position. But don't look now, but Sergeant Milk will probably...
Sergeant's caught the back of Rage. Rage lost the back of Ardell. Ardell's trying to just completely run away. He doesn't want the pressure. And them or Rage, Mitchie, Sergeant, Q-Man, all of them squabbling is just gonna let Ardell run away.
Yes, indeed. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, the last 3 races have gone to 3 different winners. So the first repeat winner would probably be, actually, at the moment, if it stands, would be Ardell. He won in Singapore. So we'll see if he can probably keep that one up and try to crawl more gaps or more points back on Pipe. At the moment, as it stands, Pipe is going to be scoring 4 points.
I
Ardell,
don't mean to cut you off, but
25.
this is where it gets exciting. Milk has caught the DRS on Rage. Rage does not have any DRS, so for the next 1 lap, this is definitely going to get interesting.
Definitely indeed the 22-lap-old hards for Rage compared to the 13-lap-old mediums and the 14-lap-old mediums. Don't forget Mitchie in this fight. He's not that far away.
Rage running really well, to his credit, on very old tires, which I believe he pitted very early. I don't think it was on the beginning, but definitely very early.
I believe it was the first VSC, because I believe Rage was involved in the incident.
Could be. I do remember one of the Ferraris, although I remember Ronnie having wing damage. Has Rage on the grass. A lot of the drivers using the grass on there. Rage goes wide. Sergeant Mill, can he get a run? He will. Mitchie follows through. Q-Man is not able to. Rage ran far too wide onto the exit as... I'll try to run it time, but... Wow.
Yeah, indeed. So that one mistake is going to cost Rage possibly that shot at the podium now, because if you look back to the penalties, since I grabbed the wrong one, so that actually puts him behind Mitchie. So Mitchie would be provisionally on the podium at the moment.
Yeah, as Mitchie is not going to go for a dive, but definitely very close. Q-Man looked like he was going for it, not anything any closer, but Titan's just right there out. Titan's right
Speaking
there,
of Titan,
cut the chicane, trying to get as close as possible to Q-Man. Milk is trying to get as far away from Mitchie. And meanwhile...
Yeah, we're now on the final lap of the Grand Prix, so Ardell with 2.2 seconds ahead of Sergeant Milk. We'll see how he can do.
Yeah, this lead pack is definitely going to get interesting. Q-Man with...
Penalties play a big fight.
Q-Man has the outside shot of another podium because he just keeps it clean. No penalties. And Titan lost the back of Q-Man just a little bit.
So now in Sector 2 for the likes of Sergeant Milk, Mitchie, Rage, Q-Man, all in this train, as well as Titan. Mitch isn't that far away from it. That's not really great. The Emeralds just decided to die.
We're gonna have to do this vlogging. How exciting.
Old-fashioned way, I guess.
This is the best way to do
going
it.
through Spoon. Now up to 1:30R for the final time for BRL Ardell. It was storybooks looking to be set in Russia. Guidelines setting to be broken and time to be challenged for Pipe. He's been leading long enough, says Ardell. Well, now it's going to be closer. Ardell does his best to see if he can try to challenge the likes of Pipe. He will win the Japanese Grand Prix for round 18.
Sergeant Milk P2 on the road. Q-Man, will he get the P2? Yes, he will. Wow, and what a way to finish the podium.
Yes, Ardell will get ahead of Q-Man by about 5 seconds. Mitchie will grab it. Unfortunate mistake from Rage has cost him the podium, and it was oh so close and oh so deserving for the Ferrari driver. He made his hards last the entire distance away after the pitting on the VSC. That was really unfortunate for him to lose out on it. ER10 will grab the last podium or last points position down to P10. Pipe will grab P7, so that's actually going to hurt Ardell. And definitely the likes of Phantom, who's now out of championship contention, ER10, who's now out of championship contention, Like Me or Not, and Echo, both are out of championship contention as well. Q-Man, I believe, is also out because of that now. We'll see. That will make him 6 point. Yeah, he's out by 3 points. So that means Pipe, Ardell, Titan, I believe are the only 3 that have a shot to win the Breakout Racing League Tier 4 Championship now with, let's see here, 4 races to go. 1 race before the break.
What a race, definitely. Soviet comes across the line to end her debut race.
P14, but that'll pretty much do it on track here at Suzuka. Let's go through the finishing orders one last time. Driver of the day goes to Mitch. I believe that is a fair shout. Don't you agree with that one?
Definitely.
Well, on the podium once more. G, go ahead.
No, you can. I forgot my thought. Don't worry.
Good job. Anyway, on the podium, pretty much almost similar to what the likes of it was at Russia. Only Q-Man is in P2 instead of P3. Ardell is in P2 instead of P1 instead of P2.
Ardell,
man.
a race winner.
Don't bully me, okay? And then P3 will be the Alfa Romeo of Michi. But that'll pretty much do it for the podium sitters. But let's go through the finishing order today's race as we actually get everyone sitters. Everyone in here?
I believe they are. I should have done a good enough job.
We'll come to you in a second. You did.
Thank you.
At the end of the Grand Prix, Ardell will come away with the victory. And alongside him in P2 on the second step of the podium will be Q-Man, with the last podium position going to Michi in the Alfa Romeo. Rage, oh so close yet so far, will be P4. Sergeant Milk, another strong day, just penalties was the death of him. He's sitting P5 now. Mitch will grab P6, Pipe will grab P7. That'll be enough to eliminate a lot of drivers from championship contention. Like I said not too long ago, Titan will grab P8, Phantom P9, ER10 will grab the last points position of the day. Bald Guy will be oh so close in 11th. He could not grab points today. Wilka will be P12. The fastest lap will go to OMG Ronnie, but since he's not in the top 10, he does not get the point for fastest lap. Soviet in her debut will grab P14. We lost Hess Science, Big Harry Jock, Like Me or Not, and Echo from the Grand Prix early on, and that is the running in the official classification, barring stewards penalties for the Japanese Grand Prix.
Yeah, thank you for that very quick but very informative race recap. Now, should we go on to our podium drivers?
I don't know, maybe... yeah.
No, it's fine.
Alright, and thank you guys for watching. We will skip the podium interview. No, I'm kidding.
No! No! Who allowed you to be here? No. Alright, we'll go to you. You want to do P2, P1, I'll be... Or wait, no. You speak, please.
I'll just do P3, and since you speak a lot more, you can do P2 and P1. So, anyways, P3, Michi. You, honestly, I'm gonna just say in my personal opinion, I didn't see that much of you on track, but you managed to steal the last podium position in terms of penalties. You know, definitely an exciting race. I don't know if you were able to see all of the chaos, all of the action, but what went on in your race?
Well, there's a lot of chaos on my end, let's just say that. It should have been P2, with the game giving me a penalty for being pushed off track, which is fantastic, but, podium's podium. It was, yeah, got caught up in a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have, and, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alright, thank you very much, and well done, Michi. On to you, Katra.
Yes, indeed. So, Q-Man, once again, that's another podium, and it just all seems to happen from penalties, and like Russia, you were like around P5, P4 before the penalties were barring into effect, but once again, it doesn't matter. You're on the podium now.
Yeah, it was a solid performance for me. I kind of feel like I could have at least got the win almost. I think maybe if Science didn't get in my way. He was very slow and holding me up so much. I just couldn't get by him in some of the corners, such as how to pass him in the chicane. Yeah, other than that, it was a good race.
Yep, so after the conclusion of the race, unfortunately, this will pretty much be the end of the road for your championship hopes. It was slim to begin with, but definitely a miraculous sight to see you coming in this far deep into the season and still having a shot with 4 races to go. But does that mean your focus now goes on to trying to get that race win instead of going for points?
Of course, I'm still gonna try for gold for that race win. I'm so close to getting it. I'm gonna try to go for the race win. That's all I'm gonna do for the rest of the season.
Well, that pretty much concludes it from you. Congratulations, by the way, on your podium. That's another one in the bag. Let's go on to Ardell, our race winner. It was really unfortunate what happened at Russia, but you pretty much clawed that back and removed any doubt. You have the top step of the podium and the championship trophy almost in your grasp now. With about what? You're outscored. I just lost my entire brain cells. Well, he got 7th.
6 points.
I believe he is 6 points. Thank you for doing more math than me. So that's about 19 points. That will put you about 5 points behind going into COTA and before the season break for Christmas. Now, it's in graphs. What do you do about it?
Just every week, just, don't be stupid. Don't make dumb overtakes. Just keep everything clean and tidy. throughout the race.
So, 5 points. That's going to be a big talking point.
Yeah.
Ironically. But going into Coda, do you think you have an upper hand, or do you think maybe... Who do you think has the upper hand out of you two going into Coda? Maybe too early to tell, but what is your prediction on it before we get into the actual what happened with the race, since you're...
I know, like, the normal answer would be, oh yeah, I definitely have the upper hand, but I actually think Pipe has the upper hand because I hate the S section at Coda. Like, it's abysmal to drive. I'm pretty sure I can get less penalties blindfolded on any other track than the first sector there. But, yeah, other than that, yeah.
Well, let's actually shift our minds away from the championship fight and talk about the race. You got the pole position, and correct me if I'm wrong, you led probably the most laps out of all the drivers, and pretty much just used the ability of, I guess, the people who are on different strategies from you and Q-Man to separate and put a gap between you two, and you just used that to your advantage, pulled away, and got the win. So what is your perspective on your race so far?
Yeah, so qualifying was pretty good. I don't know how Human actually got me for pole for, like, I don't know, a minute, because we set the same time and I set it first, and I'm pretty sure whoever sets it first actually gets pole. But I beat him in the end by 200s, I think it was. And then from there, turn one was pretty good. I got a good launch off the start. Turn one, I actually looked behind me at the exit to see where everyone was. I saw Echo shooting off. That was scary. And then I think like 2 or 3 laps in, Echo crashed out, which was unfortunate. And then, yeah, it's just pretty much after that, lap 8, I'm pretty sure Q-Man went in. And then after that, I was like, alright, I just need to beat him out, because if I don't, then my race could be screwed over. So I got out in front of him, and then after that, it was just don't mess up behind people who I had to pass to get back into the lead.
Yep, that'll pretty much do it, unless you have anything to say going into Coda.
I'm actually gonna say one thing. Shout out to Rage going from P10 to P4. Great result by him. And then also shout out to Valkyrie completing her first ever league race, I think.
There you go. Congrats on your win. Another one in the bag. The first repeat winner in the last 3 races. So it's time to get spicy at the championship. 3 drivers left, 4 races, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So tune in next time for Tier 4, next Monday for the United States Grand Prix at Coda. And definitely be able to turn in, or be sure to tune in to the rest of the Breakout Racing League tiers and league races. You have Realistic on Thursday. You have Friday of Tier 5, which could be the championship decider there as well. So you could be in for a doozy of the next week of the United States Grand Prix as well. The Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for Realistic, United States for the tiers 1 through 5. So as well as on Saturday, you have Tier 2 and Tier 1, both at the United States Grand Prix as well. Then on Sunday, you have round 2 of the BRL ACC Racing League at Silverstone. So be sure to tune in for that. That was a big fun to watch and to drive. A lot of the drivers enjoyed it last time, yesterday actually. And then, like I said, for Tier 3 and Tier 4, next Monday, be sure to tune in for that as well. So that does it for me. Ritzy, you have anything to say?
Yeah, thank you for giving us all your views. We would like more. Make sure to subscribe and give us money. Thank you.
Of course.
All right, then. Well, that pretty much does it from us up in the booth. See you guys later. It was a great race. Tune in next time.